¿Cómo están amigos de YouTube? Bienvenidos a un nuevo video, una nueva entrevista. Hoy vamos a entrevistar a Judy Cheeks, una gran artista de las décadas de los 70s, 80s, quien está haciendo nuevas canciones, nuevos discos y demás. Y de todo eso nos va a estar contando en este video. Así que quédate ahí. Judy Cheeks es una artista que comenzó trabajando de manera profesional con Tina Turner y Ike, así que nos va a estar contando cómo fue trabajar con ellos, cómo surgió la idea y demás, así que presten atención.
I did a talent show on a local nightclub in Los Angeles, and the guitar player for Ike and Tina Turner saw me and said, "Oh, I must take you back. Ike and Tina are gonna love you." So we went back to Bollock Sound. Ike heard me sing, and he rang Tina up on the telephone, and he said, "Get down here, you gotta hear this girl." And that's where it all started. And I recorded my first album with them, which was a blues album called Judy Cheeks. And yeah, I was only 18 when we started recording it and 19 when it was released.
Judy también se dedicó a escribir canciones para muchísimos artistas y nos va a estar contando sobre la canción que escribió para The Jackson 5, el grupo de Michael Jackson y sus hermanos.
After I left Ike and Tina Turner for a while, after I finished recording my album, I started writing for JoBet Music, which was part of Motown Records. And I got to write for all sorts of people, but the last song that the Jackson 5 recorded on Motown, their album, my song, We're Gonna Change Our Style, was one of the songs they chose, and I was so happy for that. And yes, I did meet Michael, and I was in the studio when they recorded it. And Michael was very serious, worked very hard, while his brothers were outside playing basketball. But he was lovely, very professional, and it was a joy for me.
Ella también se dedicó al mundo del cine y aunque ustedes no lo crean, trabajó en una película argentina llamada La Playa del Amor del año 1980 con Ricardo Darín, Cacho Castaña, otros grandes personajes del mundo del cine y de la música de Argentina. Así que presten atención.
Well, Mellow Lovin' opened a lot of doors for me. I did my first movie, La Playa del Amor, in Argentina, and that was a wonderful experience. I didn't know that they were going to film me as soon as I got off a plane of a 24-hour flight. And as I was coming down the stairs of the plane, that's what you had to do back then. They started filming me, and I thought, oh, okay. You know, I hadn't had time to do makeup or anything, and I was looking a mess. Okay, so I thought, okay, well, I'll get this done, and then I can go to the hotel and rest. So when we got to the hotel, they said, oh no, we're going to film you getting out of the car, going into the hotel. Oh, and then we're going to film you. So they filmed me the whole time. But it was fun, and I loved being in Argentina, and it was great fun. Great fun. I'm very grateful.
Judy Cheeks, al igual que otros artistas, han puesto su voz en otras canciones, ya sea como vocalistas principales o también en los estribillos, backing vocals y demás. Trabajó con artistas como Stevie Wonder, Donna Summer, Boney M, Alphaville, y nos va a estar contando sobre esta fantástica experiencia.
Yes, I've worked with several artists because you know, the 70s and the early 80s was a special time. You know, there wasn't this, I don't know, this arrogance about, well, I'm a solo singer, so I can't sing background for anybody. I mean, everybody sang background, they sang lead and everything. So whenever they needed my voice, I gave it to them, and it was a great experience. Stevie is a very good friend, and we wrote some beautiful songs. One of the songs on one of my albums, Love Dancing, I wrote with Stevie, but Stevie was really in love with my cooking. So whenever he came to town, he'd bring loads of people and I'd cook and we'd make music and eat and have fun. So, that part was good. So yeah, I worked with, on projects for Donna Summer, Bonnie M, Amanda Lear, you name it. I've sung on everybody's records. And I love that, because if you're a singer, you should just sing and you should enjoy singing.
Otra de las preguntas que siempre suelo hacer a los artistas es si tuviesen la posibilidad de volver el tiempo, si tuviesen la posibilidad de volver el tiempo atrás, si cambiarían algo o no de su vida. Escuchen.
If I could go back in time, what would I change? Well, I don't know. Sometimes I think that if I had made different business decisions, my life would have turned out differently or whatever. But, I'm really happy right now. I never sold my soul. I never forgot about my morals. I did what was in my heart right to do. And even when people weren't honest with me or whatever, in business, I did what I thought was right. And I think integrity is a major part of how you handle your gift. What my gift of singing and songwriting was given to me, by God to share. And I have to treat it with the same love and the same spirit that God gave it to me. So, I wouldn't change anything.
En los 90, Judy Chick siguió trabajando con la música y volvió a los charts con un estilo house. El estilo house music fue lo que la caracterizó durante los 90 a ella. Nos va a estar contando sobre esto y sobre el álbum Respect de esa época. Escuchen.
Yeah, the 90s were very exciting for me because I started recording house music. And house music for me is very similar to the music I grew up in. It has a very gospel feel, the banging pianos and the energy. The energy was just amazing. I love doing songs like Reach and As Long as You're Good to Me and all those songs, Respect. I absolutely loved it, and I loved performing before the club people because they were just all up for it. It was really energetic. It was all about energy, and I love that. And also it gave me a chance to share my gospel roots, with the world, because all the other stuff, Mellow Loving and all that, it was a bit poppy. So the house stuff was more energetic and I think a lot more soulful.
Y Judy continúa haciendo música y nos va a contar sobre sus nuevos proyectos que está realizando este año para todos los fans y amantes de esta fantástica música.
I love my most recent projects, my most recent albums I've released because I did them with a very beautiful friend of mine, Sean O'Shea. He produced them. A lot of songs I had written a long time ago, and they were just lying around. And Sean said to me, "Do you know what? The world needs to hear these songs. You need to put them out." So we got together, and I went to South Africa, and we had a lot of fun putting this together. But Sean has worked very, very hard, and I love him so much because he has a few physical challenges. And he says doing these projects really give him the initiative and the courage to fight. And that blesses me so much. So, so we did about 3 albums, Danger Zone, A Deeper Love, and Love Dancing. And then we released a single called Crying in the Rain. Crying in the Rain I wrote years ago with Steve Lee, and Randy Crawford actually recorded it. But we put it out one summer, and a lot of people liked it and everything. So these recordings I put out on my own label. We didn't do a lot of, big money promotion and stuff. It's just, I just thought, well, if people really want to hear the songs, they're available on all the online outlets, Amazon, iTunes, all of them, CD Baby. And I'm really happy about that because it's a chance to do exactly what I feel. And you don't have a limit on how many songs you put on an album. You could put 14, you could put 5, you could just release 1 if you want. But I feel for the first time I'm totally in control of, you know, my music, and I love it, and I love Sean for helping me getting it together. He's just amazing.
Y por último, como cierre de esta entrevista, un mensaje para todos los fans, así que presten atención.
So, a message to my friends. It's actually, I said it all in my recent single called Within. It's like, don't live your life for another. Don't live it for a friend. Just find a bit of courage and live it from within. You gotta try to live it from within. And that's it. That's the key to life. Live your life from within. Live with your life from your heart, from your spirit, from your soul. And I thank you for all these years of following me. Gosh, we're all growing old, aren't we? But I thank you for the love, and I thank you for the support, and I love you more. And I send love and energy to you, and please keep safe and well, and I love you. God bless.
Amigos, esto fue todo por hoy. Quiero agradecerle a Judy Cheeks por su tiempo y a John, el manager, también por haber concretado esta entrevista. Déjenme en comentarios qué les pareció, si ya conocían a Judy Cheeks y su carrera, esta novedad, curiosidad sobre Judy Cheeks en una película argentina, lo cual es fantástico. Todo esto me lo pueden dejar en comentarios. Suscríbanse al canal para seguir creciendo en esta comunidad fantástica de amantes de la música de los 70s, 80s y 90s. Activa la campanita de notificación, así no te perdés ninguna de las novedades que voy a estar subiendo a futuro. Nos vemos en un próximo video. Chau, chau.